What's up, y'all? Hey, what's up, y'all? Thank you all for listening. All right, so today I'm back. I want to talk to you about habits that I felt were ruining my life. And so let's begin. Number one, I think this a lot of people can relate to, but taking things personally. This bad habit causes all kinds of problems. It creates anger and insecurities. It convinces you that the world is your enemy. But here's the thing, most things have nothing to do with you. If an insult flies your way, if someone cuts you off in traffic, if a stranger slams the door in your face, hey, it's not about you, it's about them. In our own minds, that we take everything so personally. If something happens, we assume we're the root cause, but most people are equally preoccupied with their own lives. They got their own thoughts and problems, and chances are you're the last thing on their mind, even if they are thinking about you. It's clouded by a thousand other issues. They may criticize you, but because they're insecure about themselves, they may honk at you because they had a bad day. It's not because you're driving too slow. It's only felt personal because you made it personal. In a sense, you're offending yourself. So let's all just stop taking things so personally. When something bad happens, remember, it's not about you. The next one I want to talk about is has anyone ever tried to control your life? How would that make you feel? Not everybody is going to be able to test this one, but no one likes to be manipulated. You expect other people to mind their own business, but do you hold yourself to the same standard? This bad habit doesn't affect everyone, but those who do it often. You try to control the people around you, you get involved in the relationship, interferes their decisions. You use guilt and shame to push your own agenda to make it seem like you're getting your way, but you're doing more damage than you think. And for starters, you're hurting your relationships. You're secretly manipulating the people that you truly care about, and that may shatter the trust they have in you. To make matters worse, you're hurting your relationship with yourself. You're so concentrated on other people's problems that you start neglecting your own. So, leave this bad habit behind. People can manage their lives on their own. They fail. Let them fail on their own terms. If someone comes to you for advice, well, that's a different story. They're asking you for help, so feel free to express your opinions. Master, let people make their own choices while you focus on your own. Is, do you lose control when you're angry? Many people do. Their anger clouds their judgment and their emotions. Explode outwards, they tell you, they get violent, but when the dust finally settles, they look back with regret. So save yourself from this frustration and disappointment. Don't let your anger get the best of you. The next time something sets you off, keep your mouth closed. Before you can say anything, just leave the room, take 3 deep breaths, and think about what you're feeling. Think about what it's worth. Think about the best way to handle the situation. Just 10 brief seconds can stop you from making a terrible mistake, and with a little practice, you can save yourself from a lifetime of regrets. struggle with this one, but blinding comparisons. Okay, so say for instance, you see an attractive person walking down the street. As they pass, you think to yourself, wow, their life must be so much more easier. That's a bad habit that can get you in a lot of trouble. There is many reasons why these comments are destructive because it really comes down to two big issues. First, you're only simplifying the meaning of success. You're assuming that one trait would solve all your problems since you don't have that one trait. You're letting yourself off the hook is no different than making an excuse. You're blaming your problems on something that you cannot control. You're assuming that life is easier for them because they have that something that you don't. You're undermining their success and making excuses for your failures. All right, when you idealize a single trait, you highlight your weaknesses and you ignore all your strengths. You may be intelligent, maybe more hardworking and ambitious. You may have great sense of humor or personality, and that's what makes you or all of us unique. You are a combination of your pros and cons, both good and bad. And so that's why it's always important to focus on the good about yourself first and have good thoughts about yourself and other people. What I'm trying to say is don't waste your life wishing for something that you can't have. Instead, lean into your gifts that you do have. Those gifts will carry you towards a more happy and more fulfilling life. So, I say, for instance, for me, helping others through life coaching and working at a gym, it really helps me thrive. And I feel very fulfilled and happy and content where I'm at in my life. I may not make the most money, but at least I take care of myself to look and feel my best, whether it's nutrition or the food I eat. This is number five. Do you dream of being productive? Let's just say you have a big project that you want to accomplish, and at the end of the week, you daydream about how great the end product is going to be. But you spend so much of your time dreaming about it that you don't actually accomplish anything. I can attest to this. Many people make this mistake throughout their lives. They have these big dreams, they fantasize about their success, step towards their ambitions in real life. It feels too challenging, too intimidating, or too confusing. You say, I wouldn't even know where to start, so you never do. Requires a lot of hard work. And if you don't have the passion to follow through, then dream about something else. Dream about something you want to accomplish and then make that dream a reality. Next on my list, destructive models. Who are your role models? Bad Bunny, Beyonce, Oprah. Well, those are name a few for me. I kind of like those. Those are kind of like my inspirations. Why do you look up to them? I'm inspired by X, Y, and Z, their passion, their drive for success. That's how I look at it. Their drive for success. I don't really look at it as entertainment, but definitely those who are driven and open to change. I definitely can notice things like that. But many people choose role models for the wrong reason. They admire people for their power, their wealth, or even their beauty. They envy the life their role models live, but they pay no attention to their work they put towards their passions. and their sacrifices. Don't choose a role model out of jealousy. Don't choose someone whose life you want to live a role. A role model should inspire you and motivate you. You should follow in their footsteps because their work lights a fire within you. So think carefully about role models and reflect on who those people are in your life that inspire you. If at all right, a role model can put you on the path towards success. The wrong ones can leave you standing in the same place for the rest of your life. Number 7 on my list, breaking the bank. How often do you buy things? New shopping is one of the most common bad habits. Almost everybody enjoys buying new things. There are so many exciting products in this world nowadays, and things make our lives easier. But we have some time to understand the trade off between having so many things and so many desires that they can just end up being things that we just accumulate over time and probably don't even touch after a while. Last time you bought something new, and you might be excited for the first couple of days, but then that excitement kind of fades away, and you start to search for something bigger and better. If you continue to feed this craving, it gets stronger and bigger over time. So change your relationship with shopping. Don't buy new things all the time whenever you feel like it. Instead, use shopping as a reward for your hard work. Hey, it is okay to treat yourself every once in a while, but make sure you're earning those rewards and not shopping for the sake of it. Number 8 on my list is flying overboard. Hmm. Can you work too hard? Some people are not worth the hours and the hours of your time. Some projects are not requiring so many days, weeks, and months. When we work too long or too hard, you're doing more damage than you realize. There is a big difference between commitment and over commitment. All right, let's just say you're creating a schedule. A committed person double checks their work and then make sure they got everything done and then they move on. An overcommitted person checks again and again and again, and they're so worried they miss something and they never get anything done. So work hard, give it your all and then call it quits. The more you drag a project out, the more likely you are to overthink. You'll commit too much time, you'll second guess your decisions, and you'll unravel all the process that you made. So you should just quit while you're ahead if you know this is a problem for you to set boundaries. Keep yourself in line, give yourself a timeline, or create a artificial deadline on your phone since we always on our phones. And that way you can try your hardest without going overboard and overworking yourself. Breaks, I always work in blocks. I will work for 30 minutes and give myself a 5 minute break. Work for 30 minutes and give myself a 5 minute break. Work for 30 minutes and give myself a 5 minute break. And that way I can keep the momentum going and continue to feel motivated. Number 9 on my list is toxic patterns. How do you manage your anxiety? How do you manage your anxious thoughts? Do you let them swirl around in your head? Negative thoughts can stick around for hours, days, or even years. You may stuff them down, hoping they'll disappear on their own, but they won't instead. Your brain will keep running in circles, and those toxic patterns will ruin your life. like mine's, but I came back from it, and you can too. You might stay up for hours at night, or you might be on your phone all night, glued to your screen, because you have difficult managing these thoughts. And nighttime phone addiction can be a toxic pattern that wastes hours of each day. Also, you can distract yourself from certain thought patterns. Luckily, there is a better way to manage your nerves. Don't let those thoughts take over your brain. Don't try to stuff them down. Instead, pour them out. Get those negative thoughts out of your head and maybe write them down or journal them. You may even vent to a friend, and just give your friend, a disclaimer saying, "Hey, I want to vent to you about something right now. Just get this off my mind." And you can even talk to yourself in the mirror like I do. That's always very fulfilling. Whatever helps you remove the negativity from your brain. As soon as it comes outside of your mind and in your head, you'll realize there is those fears and doubts and worries aren't that bad at all. And it's also a good way to stop running away from yourself. It's like building up your own self discipline of the mind, allowing only good thoughts about yourself to enter in. And then you'll realize, how ridiculous they sounded to you, and you'll begin to move forward in life. All right, so here's my last one. Number 10, material happiness. What gives your life meaning? And it's not your car you drive, it's not the size of your house, it's the people that love and support you and encourage you. It's the experience that shapes you and the passions that inspire you. So don't think for your life in terms of what you own. Don't put a dollar sign on it. Don't put a dollar sign on your self-worth. Instead, make an effort to discover meaning elsewhere. Form new relationships. Say to yourself, I want to meet great people in my life. I want to have divine connections. I want to meet the right people that uplift me, encourage me, keep me grounded, remind me to be grateful, to stay motivated. Expand your horizon, dive deeply into your interests and see what really inspires you and who can inspire you, because this all accumulates to your happiness. Money can buy you a lot of things, but it can't buy you happiness. Uh, but hey, thank you all for listening. I hope this inspires you. I hope you have a blessed day, something good happens for you, and you have a successful week. Thank you for listening.